Welcome, both longtime Aries warriors and newly awakened Rams, to my channel Zodiac Talks Tarot. If this is your first time here, buckle up. If you're returning, well, you already know we don't just talk transits, we decode transformation. I've spent decades researching not only astrology but also the deep psychological underpinnings behind each sign, weaving in ancient wisdom and just enough Buddhist philosophy to remind you that suffering is optional but growth is non-negotiable. Especially for Aries. Now let's talk about what's happening June 2nd through June 8th, 2025. This isn't your average cosmic weather report. This is a portal and energetic bootcamp disguised as a week-long identity crisis. And Aries, you're front and center. You see, while the rest of the zodiac might still be stretching from their spiritual nap, you're being shoved into your next chapter like the universe just hit skip intro on your karmic Netflix series. During this portal, you may feel like you're either being initiated into the Avengers or losing your mind. The pressure in your chest, the buzzing in your palms, that irresistible impulse to rearrange your furniture at 2 a.m. You're not crazy, you're evolving. Aries doesn't do subtle, and neither does this portal. This energy is wired for action and so are you. But don't confuse this for the usual restless itch to start 10 projects and ghost 9. This time, the energy demands presence, not panic. In fact, 3 of my Aries clients this week alone confessed to quitting their jobs, painting murals in the middle of the night, or breaking up with their situationship using nothing but an emoji. And honestly, that's textbook Aries during an energetic upgrade. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. What feels chaotic now is actually clarity in disguise. So take a breath, light a candle, maybe don't text your ex just yet, and remember, you're not here to play small. You're here to ignite. If you thought this week was just another round of retrogrades and rising signs, think again. This isn't some casual cosmic pit stop, it's a full-blown soul-level recalibration, and Aries, you're front and center. As someone who's been deep in the study of astrology, archetypal psychology, and Eastern spiritual philosophy for decades, I can say with full confidence, this is the kind of celestial moment that separates the curious from the chosen ones. And if you're tuning in right now, there's a good chance you didn't stumble here by accident. Let's start with the truth. This week is not about learning lessons, it's about alchemizing identities. Aries, you are standing at the edge of a cliff. Behind you is the version of yourself that knew how to hustle, dominate, push through pain, and sometimes confuse motion for meaning. Ahead? A version that even your ego is a little scared of. Why? Because that future you doesn't just act brave, they are brave. Not performatively. Not for applause. Just, inherently. This isn't about being the loudest voice in the group chat or the first one to yell "I'm healing" at a drum circle. This is about the quiet, grounded kind of authenticity, the kind that doesn't seek validation because it's already rooted in truth. The fire of Aries, when owned consciously, doesn't burn bridges, it lights the path. That's what this portal demands. Radical authenticity. Not dramatics. Now, let's zoom in on June 2 when the Sun in Gemini squares the Moon in Virgo. Translation? A cosmic tug-of-war between scattered thoughts and practical precision. Fire sign or not, Aries, even you can get paralyzed when that inner perfectionist pops up. And Virgo energy? She's got opinions. She's whispering, don't launch it until it's flawless, while your Gemini brain says, let's launch 5 things and see what sticks. The result? Internal gridlock. But here's the thing, Virgo doesn't demand flawlessness. She just wants honest progress. So stop obsessing over whether your next step is the right one. Just take the damn step. Even if you trip a little, you'll be tripping forward, and that's still growth. Then, on June 5th, Mercury squares the North Node in Pisces. And this, Aries, is what I like to call a soul checkpoint. Your logic might scream one thing, but your intuition? She's humming a completely different tune. This alignment is asking, can you trust your gut when the facts are fuzzy? Can you sit with the mystery and still move forward? Expect déjà vu moments so strong you'll start wondering if the simulation glitched. Or conversations that feel like karmic callbacks from lifetimes ago. Don't ignore them. That coincidence might be your higher self sliding into your DMS with instructions. I'll be honest, Aries doesn't always love nuance. You're built for momentum, not meditation. But right now, the real power move is listening. Not charging. Listening. To your dreams, your instincts, your weird hunches that make no sense on paper but feel like home in your bones. So no, this isn't just another transit. This is you, being handed a matchstick by the cosmos and asked, not to burn the place down but to light the candle inside yourself. You don't need to fight for your identity anymore. You just need to remember it. Let's talk about June 6, the day Venus enters Taurus and basically walks into your life like a spa-scented reality check. For Aries, who tends to treat love like a competitive sport crossed with a fireworks finale, this is going to feel slow. And maybe a little annoying. But stick with me, because Venus in Taurus isn't here to steal your spark, it's here to stabilize it. See, love isn't meant to be a sprint to the finish line or a high-drama Netflix episode that leaves you emotionally wrecked by the end of the week. It's a ritual. A practice. A devotion. And Venus in Taurus reminds you that real connection isn't built on chasing chemistry that fizzles out after 3 texts and a late-night playlist. It's built on consistency, safety, and, dare I say, mutual emotional maturity. If someone in your orbit only knows how to communicate through chaos and cryptic emojis, it might be time to politely but firmly exit stage left. Drama? That's so last portal. Then, from June 6 onward, we've got something beautiful happening in the skies. Mercury sextiles both Mars and Chiron. Now, Aries Mars is your planet, so when he shows up to collaborate with Mercury, the mind, and Chiron, the wounded healer, you're being handed a cosmic megaphone. But here's the twist, it's not about yelling louder. It's about speaking from your scars, not to reopen them, but to let the light in. This alignment gives you the green light to speak your truth, especially around emotional pain you've been carrying like a badge of honor. That I'm fine mask you've been wearing? Yeah, it's starting to crack. And underneath it, there's a voice that's wiser, softer, and a whole lot more powerful than the one that always needs to win. Use it. Say the thing you've been afraid to say. You'll be surprised by how much healing comes when you stop performing strength and start embodying it. Finally, we arrive at June 8th, when Mercury meets Jupiter at 29 degrees Gemini. If the cosmos had a mic drop moment, this would be it. You might find yourself having full-blown epiphanies in the middle of washing dishes or getting hit with clarity so strong it makes you question every text you've ever sent. That's the Mercury-Jupiter vibe, expansive, sharp, and borderline prophetic. And with Mercury about to slide into Cancer, your thoughts are no longer just sharp, they're felt deeply. For Aries, who often struggles with the tug-of-war between action and emotion, this transit is the rare bridge where your head and heart can finally agree on something. Like two old rivals deciding to team up for once, your logic and your longing start to work together, and when that happens, you stop reacting and start responding. So yeah, this week's giving love detox, voice activation, and brain on fire in a good way. And if that's not growth, I don't know what is. Let's talk about June 6, the day Mars struts into Leo like it owns the damn zodiac, and honestly, for Aries, it might as well. Mars is your ruling planet, so anytime it changes signs, you feel it like a shot of espresso to the soul. And when it enters Leo, oh, baby! That's not just permission to shine, it's an all-access backstage pass to your own cosmic performance. If you've been playing it small, waiting for someone to hand you the mic, Mars in Leo just kicked the door open and said, "The spotlight's been waiting. Now go light it up." Here's the thing, Aries, you're not just invited to the stage. You are the stage. The applause? Nice, but not necessary. This is about self-expression without the need for approval. Whether you're launching a creative project, finally telling someone how you feel, or showing up to life with a little more glitter and a lot more guts, this is your cue. No more sitting in the cosmic green room rehearsing your lines. It's showtime. Now, with all this energy pumping through your system, don't be surprised if your body starts doing weird things. I'm talking tingling hands, pressure between your eyebrows, and the sudden desire to simultaneously cry, laugh, and redecorate your entire apartment. Congratulations, those aren't mood swings, they're soul upgrades. Your nervous system is being recalibrated to handle more frequency, more clarity, more you. So drink water, ground yourself, and if you randomly feel the urge to lie on the floor and stare at the ceiling, do it. That's integration, baby. And just when you think it can't get more intense, we move into what I call the emotional pressure wash. You're releasing timelines, relationships, stories you've outgrown. If you find yourself crying over a peanut butter sandwich or yelling at your TV because a commercial hit too close to home, don't panic. You're not unraveling, you're clearing space. This grief, this frustration, even the confusion, it's not regression. It's release. You're shedding skin so your next level self can actually land somewhere. Let it. Trust the mess. Aries, this isn't chaos, it's calibration. Let it be loud, let it be weird, let it be wonderfully, unapologetically you. So here we are, Aries, the final stretch of this wildly transformative ride known as the June 2025 portal. The doors officially close on June 8th, but let's be honest, this isn't like flipping a switch and going back to your regularly scheduled programming. You're not the same person you were 7 days ago. Not even close. The cosmic software update has already installed, and there's no reverting to factory settings. The way you speak, the way you show up, even the way you drink your coffee in the morning, it all feels different now. And that's a good thing. This next phase? It's called integration. It's the afterglow of initiation, where all the internal rewiring begins to settle into your actual lived experience. You may notice conversations that used to drain you now feel intolerable. People who once occupied center stage in your life might quietly slide into the background or leave altogether. Don't resist it. This isn't rejection, it's redirection. You're not losing people, you're gaining alignment. And for those of you who've truly leaned in, who journaled through the chaos, cried in the car, had those random aha moments while folding laundry or staring at your ceiling fan, you're likely feeling a newfound clarity. It's like your soul finally got the memo your mind's been avoiding for years. You feel more grounded. You're no longer fighting yourself just to keep the peace. And let's be real, that is the kind of glow up nobody talks about enough. Now, let's talk about what happens after the integration, the activation. You've crossed a threshold, Aries. You can't unknow what you now know. You've seen yourself with new eyes. You've felt your fire rise not as a reaction, but as a calling. This isn't just about being bold for the sake of being bold. This is about letting your light shine without setting the whole room on fire. Because here's the truth, the world doesn't need you to shrink. It needs you awake, aware, and unapologetically alive. But also wise enough to know that not every battle needs a sword, and not every conversation needs a megaphone. There's a fine line between courage and chaos, and you, dear Aries, are finally learning to dance on it without tripping over your own intensity. So take a breath. Enjoy the stillness after the storm. Stretch into your new skin. Love louder. Laugh deeper. Stop waiting for a perfect moment to live, it's already happening. And if this message stirred something in you, if a part of you finally exhaled, or said damn, that's me, then don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to Zodiac Talks Tarot, where we don't just decode the stars, we walk with you through the wild, messy, magical process of becoming who you really are. Your evolution is real. It's lasting. And it's entirely yours. Now go live like it.